enthusiasts, and welcome to Scaled Affairs, the show where I try to rationalize my purchases while trying to fight buyer's remorse by presenting you a review of various anime figures. So be my guest and welcome to today's figure on the turntable, PA-15, another Girls Frontline figure from Phat company. She comes to you in a tall window box where the colors and the design correspond with the figure itself. The shape of the cutouts is the same as with STR15's box, so maybe it's an ongoing theme within this line. Also, there is one unique style choice on display, since they pushed all the close-ups to the right side and the back, normally the space reserved for detailed pictures, feathers another large cutout. Inside the box you will find her embedded in a standard plastic blister with the base and the handguns in their own little cubbies. In fact, there is also a second hand right beneath the standard gun, already spoiling this figure's party trick. Mounting your PA-15 is quite easy and the metal rods provide her with a solid enough stand. If you look at her from the front, she appears pretty straight, but through to various angles in this review you will see that she leans forward by quite a bit. But this is not a defect, but rather her default stance. The base design feels fresh and breezy, even if I don't know exactly what the graphics do refer to. In any case, it also features the alternative title of the game and a cat paw on it. PA-15 is now my second figure from this franchise, and like AR-15 she was also plagued by quite a few delays, but since I didn't fancy her that much, the waiting time didn't feel as extreme. Honestly, I'm not even quite sure anymore why I pre-ordered her in the first place, since I'm not very keen on characters in alternative outfits, at least not before owning one version in their signature appearance. I guess I just wanted a nice tall standalone figure in a casual outfit for a figure photo where the theme isn't already predetermined. And in terms of height, I guess you can't get much taller than this. From base to fingertips she is almost 30 centimeters tall. That's quite impressive for a 1:7 scale. Besides being a tall figure, this French cat girl also has quite some nice details we can look into. Her shoes, for example, are those massive cyberpunk inspired boots with a metallic coating and her initials on it. They look very flashy, but sadly on the back side there are a few scratches in the metallic part. I guess some of the paint got rubbed off. Also, all those name drops do feel a bit tacky because, like with a car manufacturer who sticks their logo everywhere, the figure is plastered with self-referential stuff. And some of them, like the ones in her hair, don't even look that clean. But not gonna lie, the Griffin Kruger emblem on her chest is quite a nice touch. Of course, the unchallenged highlight of this release is her purse or school bag with all those pins and charms attached. They are molded and painted with great attention to detail and do include some Easter eggs for fans of the game. I especially like the tiny diner gate with a gag ball attached to it. And since this is a Girls Frontline figure, the miniature of the actual weapon is also top notch. Although a normal pistol isn't as spectacular as a rifle or machine gun, at least you get two of them, and together with the holster around her left leg, it's a really nice combo. The weakest part of this figure has to be her tail that looks a bit rough around the edges. The paint job there doesn't hold up against the rest, and also the sculpt could have had more details. Besides that, I also find her skirt to be a bit lackluster. Of course, it's more like a broad belt allowing you to see her striped panties, but that's not really the point. In my opinion, the somewhat glossy finish doesn't look that good and the pattern on it is almost unrecognizable. Together with a crudely drawn bright blue line, the skirt really stands in stark contrast to her nicely crafted top part with her vest and shirt. PA-15's facial expression with this smirkish grin and the tiny heart-shaped pupils is great. I really like it when figures have expressive faces rather than a boring standard smile with the typical open mouth. The hairstyle does match the large cat ears fine, and overall she has a very nice color scheme from top to bottom. In conclusion, this humanoid version of a French handgun turned out great. For fans of the character or game, it was definitely worth the long wait, and even if you aren't familiar with the source material, I think it's a pretty unique concept. Since the weapon part of her is not too dominant and you can even remove them completely, I guess she will also fit into more non-military collections. Only make sure you have a high enough space available, because she will most definitely dwarf other 1-7 figures in your showcase. Next time, a way smaller figure with another Hatsune Miku noodle stopper. Until then, thanks Thanks for watching, and hopefully we can see each other again in a new episode of Scale the Fairs when I once again take a closer look on anime figures of all sorts. Take care out there and keep having fun collecting.